Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waharakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, many blessings, and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the house of David, the Bayaf Dawadah, for whom these epistles are written for in these last days. Shalom to the elect. So, I wanted to go into a quick lesson dealing with an article I pulled out of RT News. But before we do anything, let's go into Revelation 6 and 4. And this is Revelation 6 and 4 says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and that there was given unto him a great sword." And so, we understand Esau Edom, okay, being, a man where his pigmentation, is lacking, okay, and his blood shows forth through his skin. So, the Lord gave us context clues to figure out who our enemy was in these last times. And, thanks to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and setting up men before us, which we believe those men to be the men of Great Millstone, starting with the elders and apostles. It's not hard to see who this guy is now. We see who the devil is, and we're calling him out. And we're unapologetic about it. We're just going to tell you, whether you want to admit it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, it's the truth. He's being called out. He's being shown for what he's doing because his acts on the earth right now are demonstrating evil. Okay, he's taking peace from the earth, and you're going to see why when I bring in this article. He's taking peace from the earth. All right, and he's using talking points, okay, that's going to lend to the credence that, there's too many people on the earth. And that's what this article is going to. It's speaking straight out of the Georgia Guidestones, okay? So let's get it real quick. Now they use like little, pretty language or whatever to dress up what their true intention, their true and evil intentions are. Because remember, your body is made up of carbon, okay? But they got a carbon crisis. So what do you think they're going to try to do? Anyway, this is RT News. It says eco awareness not reducing carbon emissions study, right? So they're saying the problem with the planet right now is carbon emissions. That's why they're killing off all these cows and burning all these chicken coops down, and they're destroying all these food warehouses. That's why they're doing that, because they're trying to eliminate, quote unquote, carbon emissions. Okay, and anybody who has a vehicle that's older than, let's just say, 2010. If you have a vehicle that's older than 2010, it is a bear. You know what I'm talking about. It's a bear to pass those emissions in your state, depending on what city you live in. Okay, this is all a coordinated attack against the people all together to bring the people to their knees. It's order APKO being played out in front of you. It says companies rented or rated high for environmental and social governance score, as low as eco-friendliness, right? So that's another thing. They're using social credit scores, okay? So they're coming with a system where if you don't adhere to, the standard of the social hierarchy, they're going to use that against you, okay, to count against you, and then they're going to freeze you out of business deals, or if you want to get any way to protect yourself, or to be able to feed yourself, or survive in this world. Okay, so corporations with high environmental, social, and governance scores or ratings cause just as much harm to the environment as their peers with low scores. It says, according to research conducted by index provider Scientific Beta and published by the Financial Times on Monday. So this is being published by the Financial Times. I wonder why. I wonder what social credit scores and the Financial Times have in common. Well, anyway, it says ESG ratings have little to no relation to carbon intensity. Even when considering only the environment pillar of these ratings, Scientific Beta Research Director Felix Goltz told the Times, adding that the carbon intensity reduction of green portfolios can be effectively canceled out by adding ESG objectives. So basically, they're going to say, well, the people, see, listen, they're doing a checklist on y'all, on us, right? They're doing the checklist. They're saying, well, if we reduce this, then it should, reduce. First, it started with cars, okay. Now, right now, it's the animals. Pretty soon, it's gonna be the people. They're going down the checklist and they're doing it right in our face. But see, the men of the Lord are calling this shit out. See, we know what time it is. We know where this is headed. Okay, we know exactly where this is headed. And the fact that we're putting it in their face, makes them feel a little nervous. So they have to speed up their process because they don't want the people catching on. It says, if anything, the high ESG ratings were more likely to correlate to a larger carbon footprint. There you go. It says the researchers found, noting that when all three metrics were used, right? See, they're doing a checklist. It says the resulting portfolios were less green than the average index weighted, okay, by market capitalization. All right, it says because social and governance metrics have nothing to do with the company's carbon footprint on or environmental policies, diversity initiatives, and anti-corruption measures do not overlap with pollution controls or resource conservation. Resource conservation. See, when you're dealing with the devil, you got to pierce through his words. He's weaving a story for you. Okay? He's weaving a story for you. And if you pierce through his words, you'll be able to see the greater message under all that fluffy language he likes to use. Revelation 6:4 says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. This is not peace. This is war. He is having war with the earth. He's at war with everything that lives. And in the process, he's revealing himself. Okay? The people as a whole can't see him, but there are certain people that were blessed from the beginning that can see his ass, and is calling him out accordingly. Okay? 2 Thessalonians 2:3, it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that sin and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Okay? This guy is nothing. Everything he comes with is nothing but death. His whole breakdown on the society is death. His way to save humanity, quote unquote, is death. He's coming with a chip. He's coming with all kind. Look, he's selling the fact that carbon's the problem. Well, we're carbon-based beings. How is that the problem? Well, see, it's the management. Okay, and he's putting all holy hell on the people. He's not bringing peace to the earth. He's bringing straight up drama. Okay. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. Is this not, Esau is that guy that thinks of himself as above the Most High. He thinks that he can conquer Yahweh, and while Yahweh shy. So he's at war with the people that belong to Yahweh. He's doing everything to cause as much drama in this earth, okay? But he's using pretty little language to dress it up, okay? This is Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And there ain't no righteousness going on, obviously. Men and women are bickering on the internet. The animals are being slaughtered. Housing prices are ridiculous. Okay? Inflation at an all-time high. You're going to have to take out a mortgage just to buy a damn loaf of bread pretty soon. And these things are all happening under the auspices of saving humanity, peace and safety. That's what they're looking to try to fool you with. They're fooling you with rhetoric that says they're trying to save the world by destroying it. Okay? When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So when you look out into this earth, despite what you think, women are mourning, man. They're mourning masculinity. They're mourning when men used to be there to protect them, but also they're being whores. You know, they've been liberated to be a complete sluts and whore bags, and they think that is cute to men, and is not. It's good for a fun time, but not for a long time. And as for the men are mourning because they don't have anyone to keep, to carry on their prodigy, okay, to carry on their lineage. Not anybody suitable, not in the West anyway. Okay, the jobs are going away, they're getting less productive. Okay, and people and men, are deleting themselves at an all-time high. You got men that are changing teams. you know, if you get what I'm saying. And they're pushing that ideology on it to the children, man. The people are mourning at this moment, okay? But the Lord told for the men of the Lord to what? Proverbs 3:31, it says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. And his ways of death. He's talking about carbon-based issues, okay? But he's the one that caused the carbon-based issues. He's the one that destroyed the earth. He's destroying the earth, but he is the one that's going to save everybody. You can't make this up, man. You just can't make this up. Okay? This is Isaiah 24:5. It says, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. So, yes, we all inhabit the earth, but who's the top inhabitant right now? Who runs the earth? Who is the earth given to? According to Revelation 6:4, is given unto the serpent, the devil. And his handy footprints are all over this plan to destroy all of humanity. Because he wants to destroy Yahweh Bashim al-Shah. It says, because they have transgressed the laws and changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, and the merry-hearted do sigh. They're sighing. People are in mourning. Look at what this devil's doing. But only the men of the Lord have the courage to call him out, because there was a spirit put in them to say what is really going on. And Mount Seir is hearing this message, and he is afraid. Okay. And that's why he got to crank this thing up even faster. It says back in the article, because social and governance metrics have nothing to do with a company's carbon footprint, okay, or environmental policies, diversity initiatives, and anti-corruption measures do not overlap with pollution controls and resource conservation. That's what the name of the game is, resource conservation, y'all. They're hoarding all the resources, and they're blaming the people as to why the earth is going to shit. It says it can be very well that a high emitting firm, okay, is very good at governance or employee satisfaction, thus netting a deceptively high ESG score. However, he acknowledged even the environmental pillar is pretty unrelated to carbon emissions. Instead, he said, the metric was determined by more concrete attributes like water use and waste management. From who? People. They're blaming people, y'all. Water use. Now in California, there's been a drought going on for a few years now. What have they said? You cannot use more than this amount of water, and they're just going and forcibly turning it off. Water is a natural resource. Our bodies are made up of over 75 to 80% of water. This guy's telling me that water use is causing a problem in the earth. This guy's the devil, man. He's the devil. All right. It says ratings from the MSCI ESG research, one of three agencies whose ESG ratings were used in scientific betas research, explained that ESG ratings weren't actually meant to measure a company's eco-friendliness, even if they had taken on that role in minds of many in the media and business establishment. It says ESG ratings and fundamentally designed to measure companies' resilience to financially material environment, scientific or societal or governance risk and governance risk. It says they are not designed to measure a company's impact on climate change, the company told FT. Instead, the environmental pillar takes into account future plans to curb. Now listen, you got to pay attention to what they're saying right here, okay? Because they're basically threatening everybody on the earth. But just pay attention to what they're saying. It says future plans to curb carbon emissions, clean technology investments, and management of nature-related risk. Let's put this in here. They'll never see it. When I say these people are the devil, these people are the devil. Okay? Isaiah 24:8, it says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up there that no man may come in. Martial law. They're going to shut this shit down. Verse 11, it says, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning of grapes when the vintage is done. And that's the elect. The elect is going to make it out through this chaos, while the rest of these people are going to be caught up in it. And as this is going on, the Lord is positioning the devil, okay, the so-called white man, all right, and he is the one that's going to be used as the tool of destruction to this society. Okay, verse 2, Psalms 10:2, it says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined, right? Verse 3, it says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. You think the Most High, Yahweh, is in the thoughts of the so-called white man right now? While he's trying to pull off this evil, wicked plan that he's executing currently? This carbon emission shit is nothing more than a ploy to destroy over 8 billion people on this earth. That's all it is. If we're going to be honest, you are a carbon-based being, and by you being here, you're causing the earth to react just because you're here. No, the people who are in charge are fucking this up. That's why they will be replaced. But see, that's not a message they want to hear. They don't want to hear that message. So rather than that and them going to slavery, okay, for their crimes, they'd rather just kill everybody. Anyway, it says, or delete everybody. It says, back in the article, it says the problem of ESG metrics operating at cross purposes is likely to become worse before it gets better, according to Goltz. It says, who pointed out that the metrics are constantly being added. Investors need to think carefully about which aspects of sustainability they would like to prioritize when building portfolios. It's just a game to these people. This is carbon reduction, meaning you, or a high ESG reading. So they're putting it on companies to put the pressure on the people Okay, and eventually the government's, daddy government's going to come in and say, well, see, our partners here at Georgia Pacific or Georgia Pacific or Georgia Power or insert company here, they believe in reducing carbon emissions so that we can save the planet. Meanwhile, people are still struggling for housing. People are not eating. You got children that are starving to death in the richest country of the world, the richest country to ever be in the world, the most powerful military in the world. And it means nothing because the devil has it made up in his mind that the earth is overpopulated. So he's got to execute a plan to save the planet from you. That's what he's saying. That's what this whole article is about. Okay. It says, once hyped as the corporate solution to the planet's problems by major industry figures like BlackRock, look that up, CEO Larry Fink, ESG has fallen on hard times in the last year. Fink revealed in January that the asset management behemoth had lost $4 billion, $4 billion in assets under management due to anti-ESG backlash, and in June admitted he had stopped using the weaponized term. Reducing carbon emissions is a threat to this planet. Now, brothers and sisters that are listening to this message and you have the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai within you, and you see this devil for what he is, you're not fooled by his pretty language that he tries to use. Okay? We know exactly what he's trying to do, and we're just the ones that are going to call him out on it. Psalms 10 and 7, or 10 and 6. It says, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. So he's at war with everything living. The water, the air, the food, the people, anything living in this earth, the earth itself, the very same earth he has to use for resources as well. And he's hoarding all the resources. And he's saying when people are complaining about, these Beyond Burgers and Beyond Turkeys and shit that he's creating in labs, he's saying, well, it's you the problem. You're the problem, not me. All right. Verse 7, it says, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. So when we read these articles, this is describing exactly what he's doing. He's using vanity, mischief, he's using deceitful words, and he's using cursing. Okay? His soul is not upright in him. Okay? Verse 8, it says, he sitteth in lurking places of the villages, in the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth into his net. He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, the Most High have forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. What does that sound? Who does that sound like? Okay. Remember, we're dealing with Satan. Satan's representative on the earth, and it's the so-called white man. And he is every day showing himself to be exactly what he is, the son of perdition. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahar, Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Many blessings and salutations unto the hopeful elect, the house of David, the Bayaf Dawadah, to whom these epistles are written for in these last days. Shalom to the elect, and death to this devil in 2/3. Shalom.